Good evening, folks. This is Deb. And you know, I've been promising this video on why the GOP is a death cult. So tonight we're going to talk about that. And we're gonna get to the big beautiful bill, if that's what you want to call it. It's not what I would call it. But first we're going to talk about the biggest topic in my mind is the dismantling of USAID. So just as a general overall picture, there could be 176,000 deaths around the globe from HIV if USAID is not reinstated by the end of the year. We get these numbers because the impact of getting rid of USAID is being tracked out of Boston University. And I will have all of the information in this, in the YouTube version of the video. But let's just take a quick look at this, okay? Hang on here for a sec. So here is the way this is being tracked here. Okay, this is all tracked programs, right? So these numbers have been updated as of June 26, 2025. And since USAID was dismantled, there have been 119,205 adult deaths. There have been 247,913 child deaths. And all of these deaths are happening at a rate of 88 deaths per hour. These numbers are changing. When I started working on this video, we were at 119,196. We are now up to 119,205. So this is an actual working tracking program. And a link to this will be in the video that will be on YouTube, which is why I keep telling you folks on TikTok to please sign up for our YouTube channel. So beneath this part here, which is the tracking of all programs, it has it broken out, okay? So we're talking about deaths from malnutrition, diarrhea, tuberculosis, malaria, HIV, and it's all split out neatly for you to take a look at. So this is just one of the qualifications that the GOP has that makes it a death cult. The other thing that makes it a death cult is what's going to happen as a result of the big, beautiful bill, okay? So Medicaid, let's start with Medicaid. They are cutting $1 trillion in Medicaid, which will result in approximately 17 million people losing their health care, okay? They are cutting $230 billion out of SNAP, which is food stamps, essentially. And that will be 22.3 million people losing their SNAP benefits. It is expected that the average family will lose $146 a month in SNAP benefits, okay? Now, as a result of all of this, what does it look like? Okay, what it looks like is, in addition to the 17 million people losing their health care, 1 in 4 nursing homes will be closing down. 330 rural hospitals will probably close down. And 200 women's health centers will probably close down. And estimates are that 50,000 people a year could die as a result of Donald Trump's inhumane bill, which has been conceived specifically to take benefits away from the people because Donald Trump needs that money to pay for tax cuts to people like Jeff Bezos, Elon Musk, and the rest of the billionaires in America. This is the sole reason for the big bill. It isn't about fraud and waste, because he's not cutting fraud and waste. There wouldn't be enough fraud and waste to pay for a portion of this tax cut. No matter what the GOP is telling you, fraud is not widespread throughout these programs. Okay? I am on these programs. I have been on food stamps. Okay? And I know that they check everything and you have to report in constantly. So I know exactly what the skinny is here. Donald Trump is pulling the wool. This is strictly to give the wealthiest people and the corporations in this country a massive tax cut. That's what all of this is being done for. We should also like to mention another qualification that makes the GOP a death cult. There have already been, let's see, what's the number here? There have already been, I believe, 13 deaths as a result of people who are being detained, okay? Immigrants who are being detained without due process. And I believe last year, for the entire year, the total number was 12 deaths. So we've already exceeded that, and we can say with all certainty that at least 2 of those deaths were by suicide. Folks, the GOP isn't here to help you, okay? If they were here to help you, they wouldn't be doing what they're doing with Donald Trump's budget bill, okay? The United States also is not the only country that provides support to nations that are less advantaged than we are. There are other countries who participate in this. However, because we are the wealthiest country in the globe, on the planet, we participate to a greater degree. For people to not care, I mean, I know some people who could care less about USAID. And these aren't people who are right-wingers. These are just people who are disconnected from reality. And I can't understand for the life of me how we are going to get out of this thing if we cannot care about other people and if we cannot care for each other. Because that is the biggest problem in America right now, is that we just don't care enough if it's not in our own backyard. But you know what? The bottom line is here, when you're dealing with a fascist, when you're dealing with a man whose ultimate goal is very much the same as what Hitler had as a goal, then it makes it harder for us to get out of this mess if we cannot care about other people. The GOP is a death cult. All of their plans result in misery and horror for the rest of the people in the world and for the people in the United States. What are families going to do when their elders can't be in a nursing home anymore? How does that affect them? What do? Just quit working? This is unconscionable, and the GOP is not here to help anybody. They are indeed the definition of a death cult. So I don't want to hear from anybody again that I can't call them that. That is exactly what they are. I will talk to you all later.